get these wounds sorted as soon as I can. I think that bastard broke my damn ribs with that pipe. Closest place is Norwood. About an hour walk through this damn rain. But since the cars are trashed, it's the best option I've got. Either that or I spend 3 hours and change walking to the next town over. Yeah, no. Guess I better get to stepping. God, this is gonna suck. Well, no point in complaining about it. Come on, Christensen. Think back to when you were a younger man. More spry and... so full of energy. Just one step at a time. One foot in front of the other. Freezing. If the storm would let up for just even a little bit, that'd be very, very much appreciated. Can kinda see Norwood's lights from here already. See, Christensen? Not that bad. Just a few more minutes and we can reorient ourselves a bit. God, I need some dry clothes. I can barely see with all this rain. Where is it? Ah, there. Clinic. And it's open too. Nice. Whew, finally. Some warmth. As expected. Empty as all the other places tonight. Whew. Wonder if the cultists I ran into have anything to do with that. Wouldn't be too surprised, but that doesn't fit how these guys normally operate. They like to lay low, carry out their shit under the radar as much as possible. To capture a whole town, even a tiny one like Norwood, it'd be unheard of, even by bigger, more renowned cults. And it means something terrible. That they're organizing. Ugh, fuck. Getting ahead of myself. Need to bandage my hands. Got some glass in them after crawling out of that car earlier. Seeing as the doc's not in, I'll need to get these poor ribs checked out later. Don't know where he went, but I'll leave however much these should be worth on a counter. Seems as good a place as any. Sorry about the soaked money, Doc. Promise. It'll be dry next time. If there is a next time. Alright. Now let's get that glass. Now that the glass is out, I'm not bleeding out of my hands as much. Let's get ourselves some dry clothes. If I stay wet like this any longer, cultists will be the least of my worries. Hypothermia is no joke. Ah, this one's closed. Oh, but I need something, and I need it now. Fuck it. Too cold to care. Now, what have we got here? Leather jacket. Bit small, but it'll do. A shirt. Pair of jeans. Pack of boxers. I'll only need the one. Socks. Got some socks. Pair of boots. Wouldn't mind a hat. This one will do. God bless whoever folded and faced all these clothes, but I need to dry off a bit. And now for the shitty part. I've had enough cold and wet for a lifetime. Off we go. Ugh. Fucking freezing. can't wait to get into that dry set. Much better. Much, much better. Never thought I'd be so happy to put on a pair of dry socks before. Alright, before I forget. Got a few items here. I'll just leave behind... this much ought to cover it all and then some. The door, though? Well, yeah. Time to get to the Norwood Police Station. If there's gonna be anyone left in this town, they'll be there. Haven't been here in a long time. Not since I packed up my bags and moved to Kingsmouth as a rookie. I see they still haven't fixed the department sign. I think with how proud old Commissioner Jared was about this place and to his deputies, they'd have sorted it out by now. Place looks just as I remembered it. To think I could have worked here in the town I grew up in if I'd taken them up on the offer to serve and protect here. Wonder if I'd be any different. Wonder if it'd even matter. I entered the police station, half expecting to find a familiar face sitting behind the counter waiting for me. The smell of coffee still hung heavy in the air, and smiling faces adorned the walls in forms of pictures of the former chiefs of police that had come before the old man Jared. Something was off. It was a simple thing, but one that I noticed. Strange enough that no one's around, again. Though I guess that's becoming more and more par for the course here. But this desk, it's not right. The cup of water's been knocked over, stained all these reports. Judging by how the paper's yellowed, it's been like this for at least a week or two. This thermos here had coffee in it, and I can see rings on the interior left over from passive evaporation on the stainless. Might have been sitting here even longer than the paper cup to be knocked over. What else do we have here? Everything's got a thin layer of dust, but the floor's just fine. Barely even any dirt. But there is a trail leading from the front door to the rooms down this hall. Repeated movement. Someone's been using this route a lot, and more recently than the rest of the area seems to suggest. I've got a bad feeling about this. Real bad. But what else can I do? Need to find Jared and see where the others are. Empty room after empty room. It was haunting, as if time had frozen. Empty cups, the occasional overturned chair. And the deeper I went, the more grim things became. A spiderweb of cracked glass on a door's port window. Empty bullet casings littered the linoleum floor. The scent of gunpowder had long since left him. Then blood. An unsightly spatter of it against the wall. Someone had been bludgeoned with tremendous force, but there was no body to be seen. At this point, I'd drawn my pistol. Only 4 rounds left in the cylinder. My eyes squinted in the growing dim of the rooms I'd been surveying as I went deeper into the police station. More blood now, and the festering stench of human waste. The dried red trail led me to the inmate cells. I didn't know how to put the feeling of this place into words. It was heavy, dark. The air itself was bitter and dreadful. I made it to the holding cells behind a single door. The key was still inserted into the lock. Dried blood coated its surface. I peered through the slit on the door but was met with nothing but darkness. Nowhere to go but forwards. I didn't know why I said that. I didn't even know who I was talking to. But I steeled myself and turned the key, pushing the door open, half expecting what could have been another vision. But there was nothing. Just that rank smell, the cold air, the darkness. I flipped on the room lights and grimaced, nearly tripping over a dog bowl on my step backwards. Damn it. Oh, you poor bastards. I looked around for the cell keys, but they were nowhere to be seen. Within the cramped cells were dozens of people, mostly nude, with some scantily clad in filthy rags. Many of them were already dead, their gums receding, skin desiccating as the rotting flesh festered. All around were dog bowls, many filled with an indescribable, nondescript slop. I could only surmise it to be dog food. I'd hoped that it was dog food. It could have been anything, but it was hard to discern any particular scent over the stench assaulting my nose. I made my way past cell after cell, peering down at the mostly despondent, unresponsive bodies, whose eyes gazelessly followed my footsteps, bloodshot, lifeless. I heard soft breaths from the last cell. My pistol held tight in my hand as I peered between the bars. A single eye met my gaze, a familiar one. The naked form of old man Jared, Norwood's police chief, huddled over a corpse, his hands grasping feverishly at his other eye. He'd pulled it out of his own head, leaving a gruesome, cavernous, fleshy void that puffed and swollen at the fingered intrusion and subsequent enucleation. Oh my God. What happened to you? Jared, it's me. Christensen. You remember me? The man, or what was left of him, stared at me curiously, tiredly, in a daze. What he did next, I could have never expected from the man that I'd known so well. The one that vouched for me and helped me get into the Kingsmouth PD. The one that I had seen almost as a father, most certainly a mentor and friend. He raised the mutilated eye to his lips, and with a sickening gusto slurped down the whole thing as one would an oyster. I recoiled at the sight and turned to leave. I couldn't bear to see it. I turned back again with half a mind to put him out of his misery. Seeing him for just another moment, seeing him in that state, helped me find my resolve. There was no coming back from this. I raised the barrel of my gun and directed the muzzle towards old man Jared's head. A single shot rang out in that room, deafening my ears. I closed my eyes and left that horrible room. Following this, I took a hunting rifle and some more rounds from my revolver from the department's armory, before grabbing a key to one of the squad cars. I got in, turning the ignition, and began the long drive back to Kingsmouth, passing by the 2 dead bodies I had left lying on the road by those wrecks. During the drive, I had some time to think. There was much to ponder, even more to plan. Norwood needed to be investigated, so Kingsmouth PD would need to be my first stop. Then while I was there, I could see what the lab had come up with in regards to that necklace. Once business was wrapped up at Kingsmouth, I could start investigating the antique store and auction house in Kingsmouth Central. Even through all this stress, all I could think of is how much I liked that little break I had. Sad my vacation was cut short, but I'm grateful being back on the case. I feel as if this whole deal with the cultists, the necklace, the voices and visions, they're a part of me now. A part that I want to properly investigate and understand. But one step at a time. Kingsmouth, here I come.